Hello everyone, welcome to this class today. In this class, we're going to deal with change of subject. Let's go to, in this time, I'm going to use the word express in terms of, instead of using the word change of subject as we did in the previous class. Let's go to example 15. If u is 1 minus 3v all over vt minus w, express t in terms of the other letters. What they're trying to say is that we express t in terms of what indirectly, what they are saying is the same thing, make t the subject of the formula. So how do you go about that? You have something like this. Let me write it out. You have u is equal to 1 minus 3v all divided by vt minus w. So remember what we said, if you have a denominator, you multiply all of them by the denominator. So multiply this, you have u vt minus w is equal to 1 minus, 1 multiplied by vt minus w is equal to, this will be minus 3v over vt minus w times vt minus w. So when you start solving, this will cancel out this. Then in this case, let me start from here. You have u multiplied by vt, you have u vt minus u multiplied by w, you have u w is equal to 1 multiplied by this, you still have the same thing, v minus w, vt minus w. Then in this case, here cancels out, so you are left with only 3v. So what are we looking for? We are looking for t. Remember what I told you. The one we are looking for is where our focus is. So we have t here, also have t here. So let's move this t to this side. You have u v t. Now move this t to this side. It's positive here, so when it moves, it becomes negative v t. This one does not have t in it, so move it to the other side of the equation. So we have an equal to, let's write out this minus w minus 3v. This has minus, so when you cross the equation, it becomes plus u w together. So the next thing we are going to do is take out t out. We don't have t in bracket, so uvt divided by t will give you uv minus vt divided by t will give you v is equal to, let me rearrange this. I'll have u w, I'm bringing this first, so the rest is minus w minus 3v. So we divide both sides by uv minus w, so we have t uv minus w. Am I missing something here? Okay, this is uv minus u. This is uv minus v, sorry. Now the u and v almost look the same, so this is uv minus v divided by uv minus v is equal to uw minus w minus 3v all divided by uv minus v. So you can see that this will cancel out this. You now have t is equal to what we have here, uw minus w minus 3v all divided by uv minus v. So this is the answer when we are being told to express t in terms of the other term. So this is t, we are expressing in terms of the other term. Indirectly make t the subject of the formula. Let's go to the next example. So example 16, we have the period of a compound pendulum is given by t equal to 2 pi or in square root of root h squared plus k squared divided by gh, in bracket. Express k in terms of th and g, taking pi square as 10. So in case if we are solving this and we have any figure that is pi square, we are being told to take it as what? 10. So first we are being told to express k, see k here, in terms of the rest. So indirectly you are telling us to make k the subject of the formula. So this is k. So let's solve this for this. So let's write it out. You have t is 2 pi h squared plus k squared all divided by gh. So since we are looking for k, there's something I want to do. I'll rewrite this equation to be like this, 2 pi, because k is here, I want it to come to the other side, square root h squared plus k squared all divided by gh is equal to t. You know it's the same thing. We always flip the equation. So let's start. Since this is the k we are looking for, let's start with, we'll start freeing up k. First thing we are going to do is to divide both side by pi. So we divide both side by, divide both side by 2 pi. When we divide both side by 2 pi, we are going to have something like this. We're going to have h squared plus k squared all over gh is equal to t over 2 pi. Like 2 pi goes to the other side of the equation, because we divide here by 2 pi, divide here by 2 pi. Here will cancel out. That's why nothing is here anymore, but we still have the 2 pi here. So the second thing we're going to do is, we have this square root to try to remove it. So square both sides. So when you square both sides, let me say divide by 2 pi. I'll now say here, square both sides. So when you square both sides, the square root will be cancelled out in this case. You now have h square plus k square divided by gh is equal to, this will be t squared. When you square this, or let me just put it, square both sides. So in this case, square root is out. When you come here, t square all over 4 pi square. Now we have pi square. Remember what we are told, to replace pi square by 10. So I'll replace it, and this will be t square over 4 times 10. So will give me t square all divided by 40. So going forward, I'm using t square over 40. I just put it now. You can decide to solve, finish, and set, and then put later. But here I said to put my own at the beginning. So the next thing we have to do now is, we have that this is equal to that. So what's the next thing? This is the k we are looking for. So multiply both sides by gh. So we'll cancel out the gh here. We have h squared plus k squared. Or let's say multiply by gh. Then put it in bracket. We now have t squared over 40 gh dot, that's multiplied by gh. So the gh will cancel out this, so we have only this. But in this case, you are seeing the gh appearing here. So after that, next thing is we'll take h to the other side of the equation. So we have k square equal to t square gh over 40. When h crosses the equation, it's positive here, so it will be minus here, to be minus h square. So now we have k square. Next thing is going to find the square root of both sides of the equation. So when we find the square root of both sides of the equation, I'm going to have that k is now square root of whatever we have here, t square gh over 40 minus h square. This is your final answer. You can see how, now that we have the k that we are looking for, the power is 1, coefficient is 1, sign is positive. So this is how it will be. When you're looking for when you're making something in terms of the other one, you can't stop here because you still have a power here. So you must make sure that it is alone in this form before you can decide to know that you're done. So let's go to exercise. So for exercise 6G, number 1, we have whatever we have in the bracket is what we are looking for. What we are going to express this equation in terms of, we are going to express it in terms of the rest. So we have r here, we have c equals to 2 pi r, and we are being told to express r in terms of the rest. That's making r is subject to the formula. What we're going to just simply do, when I write this equation, I'll have 2 pi r is equal to c. I would simply divide both sides by 2 pi. So I'll have, if I divide both sides by 2 pi, that means I divide by 2 pi by 2 pi. I'll now have that r is c over 2 pi. Very simple. So number 9, we have this. So I can write it as 4 pi r square is equal to what? S. So first we are going to divide both sides by 4 pi. So when you divide both sides by 4 pi, you have it that, let me say, r squared is equal to s over 4 pi, because 4 pi will cancel out while this expression still remains. So this is r squared, but we can't leave it as r squared, so we're going to go for r. So square both sides of find the square root of both sides of the equation. So r will be equal to, therefore r will be equal to s over 4 pi, because the square root will cancel, the square will cancel out the square root, so the r will now be alone, while in this case you see the square root expression. So let's go to the next one, number 18. We are being told to look for x. So this is our x. First thing we are going to do, we have x inside the square root, so we'll start opening up. Find the square Okay, this is r equal to square root of ax minus p all divided by q plus bx. So we'll find the square of both sides. So when we square both sides, we are going to have that r squared is equal to, we have that r squared is equal to, sorry, this square root will no longer be there. So ax minus p all divided by q plus bx. So the next thing we're going to do is multiply both sides of the equation by the denominator. This is our denominator. So we have r squared times q plus bx is equal to ax minus p divided by q plus bx multiplied by the same denominator, q plus bx. In this case, we have r times q, we have r squared q. R times bx, r squared times bx, we have r squared bx. But in this case, this will just cancel out, so the answer will just remain ax minus p. Are we together? So I can decide to rewrite, or I can decide to solve like this, but let's rewrite this as ax minus p is equal to r squared q plus r squared bx. So first thing we are going to do is to make sure that x is on one side of the equation, because x is what, like, we are looking for the subject. So we'll write it ax, this is x, anything that contains x, I mean, it is plus here, so when it crosses the equation, it becomes negative. R squared bx is equal to, this one does not have x, so it remains where it is, r squared q. This p does not have x, so it crosses this equation to this side, and it's negative, so it will be plus p. So we'll take out x, we have x, ax divided by x, we have a minus r squared sbs divided by x, we have r squared b is equal to r squared q plus p. So we'll divide both sides by a minus r squared b. So let's divide it. Divide this side by a minus r squared b. So this will cancel out each other, while this remains. So x will now be equal to r squared q plus p all divided by a minus r squared b. Very simple. So we are still doing the same thing. Just try to open up and separate it, and finally make sure that you have x alone. You can see this is x, the rest are now other things that does not contain s. By so doing, you have 8 x is subject of the formula. Let's go to the next example. So exercise 6h number 1, we have the simple interest I in naira of a sum of money n p in naira after t years at rate r percent is given by the formula I equal to PRT over 100. First, in number A, make t the subject of the formula. So that one is simple. I is equal to PRT divided by 100. We are told to make t the subject of the formula. I can decide to write it as PRT over 100 is equal to what? I. Right? So first thing I will do, multiply both sides by 100. So I will have, by the time I multiply both sides by 100, here times 100 and here times 100, this 100 will cancel out. I will have PRT is equal to 100.I. So we divide both sides by PR, but what we are looking for is T, PR. So I will now have that my T is 100.I divided by PR. So this T, making T the subject formula. Now we are being told secondly, we are now to do substitution. Find T if P is 5,100 and P is 34,000 and R is 2.5%. Are we together? So let's find T. For the B side part of it, we have that T is equal to this. So we'll start substituting 100 times our I is this, our P is 34, and our rate is 2 and 1 over 2. So I might decide not to go further on this. By the time you punch this with your calculator, we are going to get that t is equal to what? 6. So we know that simple interest is the time is usually in years, so we assume it's 6 years. So let's go to the next example. The formula t, this example 10 of exercise 6h, the formula t equal to 4b squared over 21 in bracket d minus 3 over 5b gives the approximate mass t in tons of a ship d in diameters. This is t, this is d, of ship d in meters, meters long, and b also in meters wide. Make d the subject of the formula. So let's go for the first one, a. We have that t is equal to 4b squared all over 21 d 3 5b, right? But we have been told to make what the subject d, so this is d, we have to make the subject. So we have to free up d first. We'll multiply this equation, multiply here by 21 over 4b squared, just to make here to cancel out this. So this multiplied by 21 over 4b squared. So by the time you do that, this will cancel. 21 will cancel 21, 4b squared will cancel 4b squared. So here we have 21 over 4b squared t is equal to d minus 3 over 5b, right? This crosses the equation. It's negative here, so when you cross the equation, it will become positive. So you have 21 over 4b squared t plus 3 over 5b is equal to what? D. So this is our answer. We can rewrite it as d is equal to 21 over 4b squared plus 3 over 5b. So this is our answer for the first one. Then for the second one, calculate the length of a calculate the length. But in the question, they say d is meter long, so that means they are actually telling us to look for d, because b is in width, while d is in long. Long means length, at the same time wide means width. So calculate the length of 5,000 tons. So we have it. Let's go to b. T is now 4,500. I don't know why I said 5,000 initially. Of ship, if is 20 cm wide, then b, we all know that width is for b, so I'm replacing it with b. B is 20 cm, but mind you, they said it's in meters, so I'm converting this to meter, and to convert cm to meter is divided by 100, so I can do 20 over 100, which should give me 0.2 meter. So this is what I'm using to calculate it. Very important, make sure you're calculating it in the unit. Then the final one, giving your answer to the nearest 5 meter. So I will just simply do d is equal to 21 over 4 times b squared, this is b, 0.2 squared plus 3 over 5 b again. Am I getting something wrong? I think something is wrong. Here is, I think I'm missing the t here. My answer, sorry. So let's correct it. This is my answer for A. I missed the t. So from here is 21 over 4 times 0.2 squared times the t, and our t is 4,500 plus 3 over 5 b. B is what? 0.2. So this is what we are going to solve for. So I think I observed something. I wrote 20 cm here, but the real question is actually 20 meter, not 20 cm. So in that case, here I can write this as this is equal to 21 times 4,500 divided by 4 times 20 all squared plus 3 over 5 times 20. I think this is the right way to calculate it. I am told to put it in the nearest 5 meter. So if you punch whatever that is here in your calculator, you are going to get d is equal to 59.062 plus, if you punch this in your calculator, this is like 5 cancel here is 4, 4 times 3 is 12, so you're going to get 12. So your D, which if you add this, you're going to get 71.062. This is in meter, but from our question we are being told to look for it in the nearest 5 meter, meaning it must be either 0 or 5 at the end, nearest 5 meter, like we are in multiples of 5. So this one is not up to 5. It's not even up to half of, 75, half of 5 is 3. It's not even up to 3, so it's not up to 2.5. So what we're going to do is just to discard it. Our D will now be equal to 70 meter to the nearest. When if you express it to the approximate, don't use the word approximate instead of equal to. If we express it to the nearest 5 meter. So this is our final answer. So if you have any question of anything you're not clear with, do where to drop it in the comment section. See you in the next class. Thank you.